Columbia looks like paradise. Bright skies, drifting towers, a city that's almost too beautiful to be true. But the story of how it got built, that's a different kind of story entirely. On March 26, 2013, Irrational Games released BioShock Infinite. Instead of returning to the underwater city of Rapture, the city moved in the opposite direction, upward, into Columbia, a floating city built as a monument to American exceptionalism. Players took on the role of Booker DeWitt, a troubled former Pinkerton agent sent to Columbia to retrieve a mysterious young woman named Elizabeth. But Elizabeth wasn't just someone waiting to be rescued. She could open rifts in space and time called tears, and her partnership with Booker became the emotional core of the entire experience. Columbia itself was stunning. Bright skies, drifting architecture, and patriotic pageantry created a world that looked almost utopian. That is until players began peeling back its layers, uncovering a city fractured between its ruling elite and a rebellious underclass known as the Vox Populi. Building that world was anything but smooth. Bioshock Infinite spent nearly 5 years in development, and the process was famously chaotic. The game went through constant revisions. Multiplayer modes were planned and scrapped. Entire sections were rebuilt or cut entirely. The team struggled again and again to bring the vision together. What shipped in 2013 was only a fraction of what had been imagined, but it had been polished into something extraordinary. The game sold more than 11 million copies and became one of the most celebrated releases of its generation. Creative journeys rarely ever follow a straight line, and sometimes the most breathtaking worlds are the ones built while everything behind the curtain feels like it's falling apart. In 2013, that uncertain journey carried players all the way to Columbia, floating somewhere above the clouds.